So, this is going to be part one to a pretty long series of videos about cleaning up the United States government system, reforming things from the ground up to be more people focused, and basically creating a country that's meant to be better for the future. We're going to do the outline of the steps and maybe the videos of what we'll do today, and then as I get time, I'll make more and more videos. So, let's start. Step one is going to be cleaning up government and power structures. So we need to remove corporate money from politics. We need to restructure campaign finance and lobbying. And then we need to enforce transparency and term limits. Like we need to get that stuff there. Two would be tax reform and then economic justice. So closing tax loopholes for corporations and the wealthy. We need to implement fair taxation on stocks, unrealized gains, AI-driven profits, robotic profits, things like that. And we need to reclaim misused public subsidies because a lot of the money that we put into these companies does not come back to the people. It ends up in the top's pockets, and we can't stand for that any longer. Step three would be social infrastructure expansion. So as much as people don't like it, that's universal health care, tuition-free college and lifelong education, massively improving public housing and transit, so on and so forth. And then we get further into that into those. Step four would be workplace and intelligence uplift. So focusing on education and making that education focused on creativity, critical thinking, trades and skills, basically creating tons of massive skilled labor programs that incentivize people to be involved with the skills that they're learning. We prioritize mental health and community well-being in these things so that, like, if you have a kid, you can leave without worrying about losing your livelihood type of situation. Okay. And then step five, as scary as it is right now, a future where the first four things have been implemented would allow heavy automation and an economic transition. At that point, we start to incentivize the automation across menial labor and manufacturing everywhere we possibly can. We apply an automation tax, in a sense, to reinvest for all of the displaced workers that will be losing their jobs. Then we build an economy where skilled, creative, artisan-based jobs where people actually want to do, the meaningful jobs that society has created for thousands of years, come back. And those are what the economy is really driven by, while the manufacturing and menial labor hubs of America get taken over by the automated systems, which is how it should be. Step six would be universal basic needs system. So imagine food, water, housing, transportation, telecommunications, and communications, all free. There's a basic version of it that gets provided by the government, available to all, for all, as an option. You don't have to be on it if you don't want to, but it's there for you if you need it. Basically, if you want anything better, how are you going to get it? You have everything's given to you for free. Well, you don't get a PlayStation, you don't get a nice TV, you don't get a nice car. Those things still require you to involve yourself in society. You need to go take advantage of the free education that we now have. Gain yourself some skills or some lifelong things that you love to do and use those skills to gain money or whatever the hell currency we're using at the time to then go buy goods. This allows the capitalistic system that I personally hate so much to still thrive and exist, but in a much more controlled and regulated way, making things work a little bit more fluently for people rather than for profit. Step seven would be global cooperation and open borders, which is scary. But basically the idea is we transition from these borders being closed, locked off walls to only being there for geographical mapping purposes. Like the countries still exist, but now they're more of global states. We become the EU for the whole world. It's the global union, right? We transition from just tracking individual resources, like China's using this much and America's using this much and this much and that much, to global infrastructure, global resource tracking, global production and needs fulfilling. And I think that's really where we need to move to. We unite humanity to solve global scale problems as a species. So asteroid comes, it's not just America trying to fix it and China trying to fix it. It's all of us coming together to stop that rock from making us extinct, right? And then that leads to my selfish involvement in this entire process and why I care about it. Spacefaring civilization prep. Once everything else is set up and the world is properly using its resources and we've solved global like climate issues and things like that because we're now properly working together, we can start investing in long-term technology, space travel tech, like stasis technology, extension of human life, things like that that allow us to put our hand further out into the stars. Like, because right now, it is virtually impossible for one human to ever visit another star with the technology we have. We need either long-term stasis or really fast ships or extended human life, but I don't count on that one too much. But that would be the ultimate end goal. We get humanity and its newfound ability to work together, and we expand that outwards. And then we go to Mars, we go to the moon, we go to the moons of Jupiter, and then maybe someday we go to a different star and we set up an entirely different civilization of humans around a star that a human has never even been to. I don't know. Again, this will be part one in a longer series. I've not really done these long format videos, so we'll see where this goes. So next time you see a video, it'll be on the cleaning up government and power structures, and you can expect a long talk on that. But if you've appreciated this, leave a like. If you think that this is something you'd want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments. I appreciate the back and forth. It's something I love, honestly. Again, thanks, and I'll see you later.